Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the McGonagall Boxing Podcast. So let's get straight down to it, shall we? So obviously the press has gone down. Fury Wilder, what an interesting press conference. See no evil, hear no evil from Wilder. Headphones on, sunglasses, didn't answer any questions from the press and kept his speech very short, very kind of dramatic. I'm going to take Fury's head off. Fury, brazen, as confident as ever, shirtless. Looked a little bit flabby, let's be honest, around the back and belly area, but he's never body beautiful. He's confident in himself. I think it's good that says he's going to come in heavy again. He's clearly going to look to back Wilder up again. But I think he has to be cautious this time, because I think Wilder, watching the short clips, he's clearly learned how to fight a little bit more off the back foot. I'm not saying he's going to be an expert. We know that's his vulnerability. Still will be. You're not going to change overnight, especially at 36. But I think he can be a little bit more dangerous. He's going to know what to expect a bit more from Fury, whereas I think in the rematch he just completely took him by surprise. He didn't expect that in a million years. Now he's had a year and a half to prep for that. So you've got to be careful. Fury has to be fleet-footed. If he's coming out at 300 pounds, that's a mistake. That's too heavy. I think 290 is a great weight for him. 280, a good weight. 270, too light. So, got to get it right for Fury. I like his bulk. I like the fact he's going to try and outman, outsize, outpower Wilder. But he's got to be careful, because Fury could walk into one. I don't care who you are. You get hit flush with a Wilder hand, right hand, you're going down. So it's a dangerous fight. He's got to be very careful. But my money clearly is on Fury still. I just think he's got the boxing skills, the boxing brain. He's got Sugar in his corner, Sugar Hill, and just a brilliant trainer. Knows Wilder's weaknesses, and I think they're exposing them again. I think it'll be a more competitive fight though. I think there'll be some more hair-raising moments. I think there'll be some competitive rounds, but I see the same thing happening. I see Fury stopping Wilder, but he has to be focused, and as long as he is, punching and getting out, 1-2, bang, get out of range. Don't stay in the pocket for too long, because if you get caught by Wilder, it's night for anyone. But I think Fury knows this. I think he's not going to overlook Wilder. And I think he beats him. I think he'll probably beat him up around the 9-10 mark again. But, new trainer for Wilder, clearly a new attitude, new look, seems to have put on a little bit of bulk. Not sure that's a good idea, to be honest with you, because that slowed him down in the rematch. I think coming in lighter, it actually makes him quicker and more explosive, which he probably needs. But he's probably going to come in about 225, I reckon, by the looks of him. And he's got Malik Scott, who's a real character himself. He's probably bigging Wilder up, trying to get his confidence back, which I'm sure he has done in many ways. But how experienced is he as a trainer? I don't think he's on Sugar Hill's level, under the tutelage of the great Manuel Stewart, and that's going to play a big difference. I cannot see anything but a Fury win, as long as he's focused and on track, and as long as he hasn't got his mind on the AJ. Let's be honest, up to 2 weeks ago, it's all about AJ, so that could be a factor. Is he switched on for Wilder? Is the preparation there? If it is, then great, he'll beat Wilder. If it's not, then he could be in trouble, there's no question. But I think Fury at this stage in his career is all professional, all focused, and I give Fury probably an 85% chance of stopping Wilder again, and I think it will happen. And then it's rolling on the Joshua fight, which we break down in our own podcast. I think that's going to be a tricky fight for Joshua. I fancy Joshua. I think the size and power will prove a big factor. I think Usyk can get hit at heavyweight far more than he did at cruiserweight, because he's slower, because he's carrying more weight, obviously. But it's still a tricky fight. Both of them are tricky fights. Both of them are challenging fights. That's why it makes it so appealing. As long as Fury got their mind on the game, I think they'd both come through ready for that super fight, probably in the winter. But let's get it on. Fury, stay focused. You're 4 weeks away, or 5 weeks away. Focus, ready to go. If he is, I think he stops Wilder. But what a brilliant press conference. Just what you wanted, a 5-minute stare down, had to be pulled apart. The mind games, both camps shouting at one another. Wilder trying to be mystical, Fury being brazen and overbearing, Bob Arum telling them both to stop. It had it all last night in Vegas. Fantastic. Just what we want. Roll on press conference number 2.